we're only a few hours away from the Bad Batch final episodes, so this is my final predictions. Hopefully the last episode will be close to an hour long, which can explain a lot of points that were addressed throughout the season, spill out a huge emotional moment on the survival of the clones and the Bad Batch, and the decision on leading to another spin-off series. As I mentioned in my previous videos, this show should end the clones, which can spin off to the original trilogy. Since we got the slow pace from the previous episodes, it will lead just the end of the Bad Batch, or an emotional sacrifice. Here are my predictions. In the last episode, Echo and Emery became allies and planned to save Omega and the kids.
What children?
She will guide Echo to their supposed location until Hemlock or the other scientist discovers Emery's betrayal. It would be more interesting if it were Hemlock, so he could lead Echo to the assassin clone's location, or release Hemlock's Dark Trooper project and have a duel. Omega is going to leave and find a way to release the Zillo beast to cause a distraction, which will turn the attention away from Hunter, Wrecker, and Crosshair. Rampart's fate will end because he will tell Hemlock everything about the Bad Batch, which Hemlock will order to dispose of him, so Hemlock won't lose the Emperor's trust and funding. I really hope that Rampart attempts to communicate to an Outer World officer, more importantly Moff Tarkin, and exploit that Mount Tantiss is infiltrated. With the Zillo Beast's distraction and destruction of the base, Hemlock will order to evacuate as many experimental samples and equipment to another secret world, hopefully Exegol because it will link with the sequel trilogy. During this process, Omega and the children will free the prison clones to fight the stormtroopers. Hunter, Wrecker, and Crosshair will serve as the cavalry for Echo, and it would be epic if we get a final fight in a training facility where we saw the Domino Squad and the Bad Batch train and fight. This is where we could see the battle of the Bad Batch and the clone assassin, and hopefully Hemlock's Dark Trooper. The Dark Trooper could be Tech, or I hope it's controlled by Tech, just like what happened to Echo in the Clone Wars series. There will be an epic duel between Hemlock and Crosshair because Crosshair wants retribution for the torture that he and the clones had to endure. Now for the fate of the Bad Batch. I believe that at least 1 or 2 members will perish. I believe that Wrecker and Omega will be the only ones to survive. The ones I believe that are going to perish is Echo, because Echo will know too much about Tantiss and the experiments that are going on within the Empire. He will be too valuable to be kept alive, especially for the original trilogy. I believe Crosshair dying by protecting his brothers from Hemlock will fulfill a redemption in his story arc. And I really believe that Hunter may perish also. I believe he will perish because he'll be the final person to save the surviving clones, Omega, and the children. I strongly believe that Wrecker will be the only survivor of the Bad Batch to live with Omega, since he didn't get to be super close with her in all the seasons. In the first season, she was more close to Hunter than Wrecker. In the second season, she was close to Tech. Then the final season, she was close to Crosshair. This will further develop Wrecker's character in becoming a more mature and vital piece to the clones, just like how Michelangelo was in the Ronin series, where he was the remaining survivor of the Ninja Turtles. This series has been great so far, even though the last few episodes were pretty slow. The finale is going to be an action and emotionally packed episode. Let me know in the comments what your predictions are for the finale. I'll be streaming the finale and I hope to see you guys there. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for future content. I'll see you guys on the next video, and may the Force be with you always.